But anyway, when we left you, I asked a question that I think we all sort of have our own opinion on, or maybe we all agree, or maybe we all disagree. There's only one way to find out, and we're about to. But I asked, do we think that the Detroit Tigers, who are 3.5 games back of the White Sox for the AL Central Division, do they have the ability to make a push and make the playoffs, possibly even win their division? And I think that's an actual decent question.
That's an actual decent question, really?
It's a decent question.
Come on, everybody.
Because the Detroit Tigers were one of the favorites
Everybody
coming
thought
into
they were
this
going to
year.
win 100 games, bro. So my answer to that is yes! Yes! The Detroit Tigers can absolutely make a run, bro. They're only 3.5 games out. They're not like 10 games out like the AL East is. Come on. Only 3.5 out. With that lineup, with Miguel Cabrera playing like an MVP, with Prince Fielder batting 300 and coming off his home run derby winning contest, this team is primed up, ready to make a run. But I don't know if they'll do it. Verlander's not pitching like Verlander.
No, I mean he's having a good year.
He's having a good year, but he's not having that same year that he had last year.
No,
Not at all.
But then again, what he did last year is very hard to repeat. I wouldn't say what he did last year is something that comes easily.
Oh, definitely not.
I mean, it definitely takes some time, that's for sure. And in my opinion, I feel like as a batter, you want to get the Cy Young guy from the year before. I don't know if that's something baseball players even think about. But me personally, I feel like I would step up anytime I face Verlander and really feel like if I can hit Verlander, I can hit anybody. MVP last year, Cy Young winner last year, I'll show him kind of attitude.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You're right, yeah.
So I don't know if that's how, if that's how MLB batters think, but I think that might be how I would think.
There you go. You want to beat the best.
Of course, that's what sports is all about: beating the best and trying to be the best.
But I'm actually Pixel Junkie writes in the chat room that Chicago has a deep bench with the add of Euclid, and that he's going to be rooting for the good guys, which are the White Sox. But I see Detroit definitely making a playoff push. I don't know if they're going to get by Chicago because I actually agree with Pixel. Chicago is very deep, and adding Kevin Euclid for practically nothing is a great move by them. Kevin Euclid definitely has a chip on his shoulder, wants to prove to everybody that he can still play and play at a high level. And with Adam Dunn, the comeback player of the year, already smacking like 25 home runs in the first half of the season, they have good young players. This team's going to be a force to reckon with, and they're definitely not going to go away quietly. Their pitching's been very good with Chris Sale, Jake Peavy. So it should be fun to watch this AL Central battle between the Chicago White Sox and the Detroit Tigers. Because, I don't have any faith that Cleveland's going to make too much of a push.
Yeah, and I can understand that too. It's funny to me because I was thinking about when I was looking up these questions to ask. I was thinking about how you and even our buddy Matthew Bull out in Michigan, even he feels that, or felt when we did our beginning of the season predictions, that the Detroit Tigers were going to be a 100-win team, going to be a force to reckon with in the playoffs, a team that
See, with what the White Sox did though, I thought the White Sox were going to be like 10 games, like a 500 team this year because of all the moves that they made, and they were trying to go with the youth movement. And I was like, Adam Dunn sucks, but they're playing a hell of a lot better than I ever gave them credit for. So, and I actually think they're going to continue to play well.
The Sox are playing and believe in Robin Ventura.
Yeah. And that was another reason why I didn't think that the White Sox are going to go well, because I don't think Ventura has coached anywhere in the minor leagues, in the professionals.
Like
I don't think
he got
coached
thrown
anywhere.
into the water.
I don't think he coached anywhere. So.
Never swam a day, and now he just got chucked into the water. Fair enough. You know what? I think, at least in my opinion, that like we said before, with how many games are still left to be played. Let's be honest. They still have more games to play.
Yeah, there's 72 games left.
Yeah, there's a lot of baseball
77,
left.
I'm sorry.
So anything really can happen. I think the Detroit Tigers I think they're gonna have a great chance to pull off one of the wild cards over winning. I think they have a better chance to pull the wild card than their division, in my opinion. But I know you believe that two teams from the AL East are going to get the wild card.
No, I lie on that because I totally forgot about the Angels. I think the Angels are definitely getting a wild card. So you're probably going to get one team from the East, one team from the West, because either Texas or the Angels are going to make the playoffs, without a doubt. One of them are winning that division and then getting into the playoffs as a wild card. Both those teams are too good not to make the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you said, outside of the division leaders, the Angels are the only team with a better win percentage than the two teams underneath the Yankees, the Rays and the Orioles.
They right now have that first wild card spot locked up, and I think Baltimore has the second one right now.
Yeah, and the Angels are only 4 games back from Texas.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's
if
why
we're going to talk about the
1-2.
Tigers catching the White Sox, we can sit here and say, well, can the Angels get past the Texas Rangers?
They definitely can.
You think so? I mean, with their pitch is, you know,
they have a better pitching staff than the Rangers do. The Rangers are a little hurt as well, so they're actually looking for some key components to come back to that, to their bullpen at least, with Alexei Agondo hurt. But the Angels can definitely make a push. Definitely.
Yeah.
These two teams are probably I understand. I know what the Yankees are doing, and God bless them. I'm a Yankee fan, but in my opinion, Texas and the Angels are the two best teams in the American League.
Are they? Okay, I respect that.
That's from my perspective. I just think the Yankees bashing home runs doesn't make you a great team.
It's also something that
makes
when the playoffs come,
makes you a great regular season team, but I don't think they're going to be a great postseason team.
Fair enough. I respect that. Right now, the Rangers are plus 79 in run score differential. The Angels are plus 44.
Which is incredible considering they started off terribly, especially with their offense.
And I think what should scare some people is the fact that Pujols is slowly but surely getting
he's gonna hit 30 home runs. He's going to hit 30 homers.
He's really starting to look like Albert Pujols again.
And I know I gave first half MVP of the American League to Josh Hamilton. But if the Angels are going to make this big push to win the AL West and to make some noise in the playoffs, Mike Trout. Mike Trout is going to be the big reason why. He leads the American League right now with 26 stolen bases. He's batting like .330. He could potentially be MVP if the Angels make this big push and, start dominating in the AL.
That would be...
And he's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Only 20 years old.
I doubt anybody out there might know this off the top of their head, but would that be the youngest MVP?
I would say yes.
It would make sense that it would be.
If he's the third youngest player to have an All-Star game hit, I mean, I would think that that means he's
most likely could be the youngest MVP. Which would be really cool, dude. I love when things like that happen. Heck, I'm a Bulls fan. I got to watch Rose be the youngest player to ever win an MVP. It's cool to say things like that. It just is. Just for the simple fact that it makes things more interesting.
He would be. I just Googled it.
He would be the youngest MVP?
Vida Blue was 22 years old when he won the American League MVP in Oakland in 1971. A-Rod nearly broke his record in '96, finishing a very close second to Juan Gonzalez at the age of 21.